Today Afroz ma'am will teach you. Yes, Vaibhav, you want to say something?
So, no, sir. Lovely Didi want to ask that. Can you explain the topic in brief?
Yes, of course. This topic has been chosen by Afroz ma'am.
The topic, please.
Sorry, what did you say?
So, may I tell the topic? May I explain the topic?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Sir, in this topic, we are talking about the how to keep our kids safer for the future. As today's generation, the children use so many mobiles, and so they used to share their privacy to others that they never meet up, online friends. So we have to just protect our children from them and put them in study, so our economic career development will grow faster.
Yeah, but this is good, Kushi, but this is not just about future. It is mainly about present. Today, there are many threats, including new threats from social media. So I think that is what she wants, but she will explain better. He'll be joining soon. The topic has been chosen by Afroz ji. Meanwhile, we can review.
Sir, I have understood the topic very clearly.
Okay, very good. Lovely. Is it clear now?
Sir, wait a minute. Sir, can you repeat? Yeah.
Lovely wanted to get the topic explained. Is it clear to you, Lovely?
Yes, sir.
Good, very good. So in the meantime, while she joins, we can start by reviewing some difficult points from previous discussions. Above all, you must focus on developing your speaking skills. And one major recurring, you understand? RECURRING. Who will tell the meaning of recurring?
Sir, may I try?
Yes.
Sir, can you please repeat the meaning?
No, I'm asking, can you tell the meaning of recurring?
Sir, recurring means that just दोबारा उसे मतलब वापस उसको लाना.
Something that occurs again and again is
Yes. Again and again that used to come back.
Recurring. So one recurring error that you are making is you are overusing the article the. Okay. What else has been suggested to you for correcting your grammar and pronunciation? Second major error is about tenses. Sometimes you keep using the present tense even while talking about your past activity. Okay, so be careful about the tenses also. Right? What other error is occurring again and again in your speeches? I have told you two. Can you also name some? I told you, you are overusing the and you are misplacing the tenses, especially using present tense for past activity, which should not be done. Also, I told you, some of you don't greet while starting your speech and don't conclude properly. This is again another mistake that is coming up again and again, and it should not, because these are very simple points you can remember. Okay. What else? Other mistakes that are coming up again and again?
Sir, may I tell?
Yes, very good.
Sir, we all use more uses of the, and we all, when we used to say something, we use can.
This I have told you. Anything else that comes to your mind, which has been pointed out in our discussions?
We use lot of. Wait a second.
Sometimes some of you are not using full 2 minutes time given to you, and others are not completing their speech within 2 minutes. So timing is also a recurring error.
Sir, I have the best point.
Yeah.
So we don't used to just wish our elders while speaking. We only used to start by we used to go on the topic. We don't used to greet the people.
That I have already pointed out, Kushi. Some of you are. Bhavya always does that. That is why we gave the prize last month to Bhavya. He always greets before starting. This is a simple thing you shall always remember. It may be in Hindi or in English, but you must always start with a greeting. It may even be in Urdu or Punjabi, whatever language you want. How do they greet people in your village? This village is in I think the Jat belt. Do you have many Jats in your village?
Yes, there are many.
Okay, so Rita, I've got a call coming. Can you take over now?
Divish, what is the topic? I have not even seen Afroz.
No, just revise some points with them.
Okay, Divish.
We are waiting for Afroz, and meanwhile, you can just revise what common errors I was saying have been recurring and what points to keep in mind. Okay, I think Afroz ji is joining now.
Okay, Divish. अच्छा, Afroz is joining. मैंने इसको call किया था.
Yes, ma'am. Rita, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, Afroz. We are waiting for you.
Good evening, Afroz ji. We were just reviewing the common errors, but your topic is very important. Now you can take over. I've got some calls to attend, so I will mute myself for time being. Okay.
So good evening, and my topic is in this present insecure scenario. How can we give a safer environment, a safer future to our kids? So, there is some problem.
इसे प्यारी मत करो.
Kushi Didi, you are unmuted.
Yes. Gagan is there. Kushi, Lovely, Nandini. So, are you ready, Vaibhav? How can we give a safer environment for our kids? Yeah, Vaibhav. Okay, beta. Okay, Vaibhav, start first.
Yes. About today's topic, firstly, I would say namaskar to ma'am and sir and my dear friends. About today's topic, that how can we make our kids safe? If female, we have to take care that some boy or big boy can't touch her or can't do a bad thing with her, and we can't send her alone to her college or school, because for her protection, we have to go. Parents have to go, and when parents go, then every boy say that you are a small kid because you come with your parents only, and you can't come alone. So when she come alone, then they do bad things with them, and yeah, that's why we have to not listen of that things that are wrong for us or our family part and our kids. And if I talk about boys, so boys can go alone also, because they can't get that much irritated. But some girls are bad, so they do something wrong with boys, and then they torture boys, and then uh, boys can't tell to their parents because they have tortured them. And thank you.
Okay. Okay, but Vaibhav, very well spoken. You are speaking about to teach the kids about good touch and bad touch, है ना? So no one can take advantage of them. This was your point, na? Okay, thank you, Vaibhav. And now, who is
Ma'am,
there?
can I speak?
Now,
Yes,
may I
yes.
speak, Kushi?
Gagan, yes, Gagan and Khushi. First, I
Ma'am,
will give chance to Gagan.
Okay, bhai, you take over.
ma'am,
Yes, Gagan.
am I visible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today I'm here to present my views on the today's topic, and secure our children for the future. Firstly, all the children should ensure to learn that how to learn, how to live, and how to tackle the problems they face when they go out, like for the school, colleges, and for the job. So these teachings were given by their parents, which is very important for all boys and girls. And ma'am, in that we the parents support and protect uh, and ensures the mental health of the children, and tells us about the how the abusive language and the bad nature is in our country and in our society, the gender based violence, and somewhere that the negligence of childhood. So all these were problems, how to face them were taught by their parents, which was very important for everyone. And ma'am, next one is to raise the noise. Like ma'am, there is lots of pressure and very problems for both boys and girls. Like boys and girls both go outside, and they didn't feel safe. Like the girls thinks that if they go outside, some boy or some person do a bad act or tries to abuses him and do the wrong things with him. So it is a very so it was a very bad thing. And there is one more crime, ma'am, one more thing that the childrens were taught, that ma'am, the cyber crime also, not the physical or mentally, but the digitally crime is also is increasing. So the students, childrens were also aware about the cyber crime. For the safety for the students, for the future use, they also learn the self defense, that both boys and girls learn self defense, that if they face any problem in the future anywhere uh, in the country, so they can at least defend himself or herself for his or her protection, and take a strict action against that who does that wrong thing with him, so that the next time he can't even thinks to do that, wrong act with any other girl or a boy. And ma'am, next is ma'am that one should also that to make a noise to parents should also teach to how to make a noise, that ma'am in certain scenarios if we see that our daughter or a child uh, feels some pressure and feels unsafe sometimes, so to reduce his or her pressure, we need to every parent need to talk to him and tells him that don't take a pressure very seriously. The this or that work will be uh, done very easily. So all these are the things which can be done by the parents and the guardians on the family members for the future and for the good future and the well-being for their children. Thank you, ma'am.
Very well spoken. Parents should be aware about their upbringing, and they should tell them about some phone number should be there which can be called at in the case of emergency. You know?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Very well spoken, Gagan. And now, Khushi, it's your turn.
Namaskar everyone, my name is Khushi and today I will speak on this topic. As we all know that today's generation are almost online generation. Every person or a kid used online and digital mode for studies and getting tuitions and answering for the question answers or so. But now also we that offline bullying are there, but such a offline bullyings are there, and the person who bullied is the most crime thing that happened in our country, and we have to stop this. And in our not in our India or our country, in many more countries, the people use online more and they used to hack each other phones and getting their personal details. And there's some students who are getting online friends who don't have any friends and they're making online friends for their sharing things, personal things that they are not able to share with their parents or someone who are more near them. But they used to share those things with the stranger or online friend they would they didn't even meet, so they only use they even don't know the person is right or wrong. They only used to think the person is kind to him or her. They used to share their personal details, their personal thing, their number or so, and the other person who is just getting so many information, it used to start blackmailing mailing and start asking for money or private thing like number or so and photos and so for the photos and so. And if the person don't, then he used to hack his or her more laptop or mobile and just upload the pics of the chat they have just done with his or her. So we should be just be safe about the all. And the person and the pupil used to not even online, the pupil used to bully their friends or the person who don't like, so they used to bully them by a harassment, and they used to just click the page and then make the fun of the person, how he used to talk, how he used to walk, how he used to dress up, how he used to which caste or religion he used to belong. So, and the people used to make the fun. The person who have just tortured with this go into depression, and after all he used to suicide for no reason because he was bullied. In a school also, teacher used to sometimes used to say the do more pressure, give more pressure to the students, and the student who have to pass, so he used to do more and more work, so it may give depression and stress to the person. It may cause many serious things. So I guess for the future we should be aware about the person thinking. And I guess the future will be bright, because now generation is a modern generation, and then how to talk to the person online or digital or offline or so more. So I guess we should be stress, we should not take stress, depression. We should be chill and enjoy our life how it's going, because if there is a failure, so the success is the next chapter to the failure. Thank you.
Okay, Khushi, pay attention on the time limit. But one thing that I want to mention here, that everything is not related with cyber crime or other thing, because even the kids of a very tender age, 1.5 year old, they are being victimized by some kind of violence and other activities, and they are not properly involved in cyber and other kind of things. So the security, what will we do about the security of such people, such kids? Yes.
Ma'am, I have to point out a mistake.
Okay.
Ma'am, when she said that it will not happen in our India or in our country, she wants to not say that in our India. She has to say that in our country.
Our country is India. In our country. But
Ma'am,
why?
but she said that in our India.
Okay, in our India, this is also true.
Yeah, it's correct.
Ma'am, she has to say that in our country.
No, in our India, this is my country. This is our country. And its name is India.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We should be proud on our country.
Khushi, Bhavya has spoken. Lovely. Lovely is there. Nandini has left. Lovely.
Yes, ma'am.
Khushi, Divya and Vaibhav has spoken.
Yes, ma'am. Can I speak?
Yes, lovely.
It should be may I speak.
Yeah, sorry. May I speak, ma'am?
Yes, lovely. Start.
The modern world is full of insecurity, fear, war, worry, and stress. This is because the world has become competitive and people want to pull each other down. We face failure. To overcome such insecurities, we must first accept that both good and bad comes hand in hand. The modern world is full of insecurity, and this is because the world has become. This is because the world has become. It's a part, and if everyone feels insecure, it is a part of our life which are filled with unnecessary. No matter how much we get rid of that uncertainty, we often use the term insecure to negatively label a person who doubts themselves in true. No one is free from. No one is free from the feeling insecure. Everyone feels insecure at some or the other moment. Looking at the present scenario, the parents want to make their child better for tomorrow. So parents can help their child in teaching themselves how to love, teaching them how to love themselves. Because loving ourselves is the most important thing. When we have faith in ourselves, we can do anything. And so no matter how many mistakes, no matter how many mistakes the child makes, parents should guide them the process how to appreciate their mistakes and learn from them. And second is build a safe affectionate space at home, or build a safe soft corner for them. Parents should always be polite and be kind to their children. This is the best way to help the child overcome their insecurities and making them safe. And next is being kind and being helpful toward them. A good parent uses harsh and instead rather being kind, showing unconditional love. It's how you win their side. It's just communication between the parent and the child, like how you treat your child. If you're kind and polite with your child is always ready to share everything with you. But if the parent is just being busy in their own work and not paying attention on the child feels insecure that at that moment too, and he's not able to share his feelings and insecurities and many things to their parents. And parents must communicate with their child at all costs. In case of an insecurity kid, it becomes more cruel to them. So parents, once parents can offer them help and enhance, and they make them assured that they'll solve their problems, so the child get more confidence that share his if he'll share his problems or insecurities or anything with their parents, so they have the trust and faith that their problems and insecurities will be solved, and they'll not more face any problem regarding that. Thank you. Okay. Ma'am, was I audible?
Hello, lovely. You were audible to me. I don't know, Afroz. Afroz, ma'am, are you there?
Ma'am, I think ma'am got disconnected.
You were perfectly audible to me, lovely.
Okay.
Nandini is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, she's
Nandini, can you start with it?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. My views on today's topic is today's scenario is very insecure for the children, and if we talking about that how we give kids a secure and safer tomorrow, so I think it's very important that every child should know self defense, because it's very important for children when they're facing any type of violence. And another point that I want to highlight is that every child should tell their parents if they are facing any type of bullying in school or in colleges. And another problem that is facing now by most of the children is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is very big problem, due to which many children faces depression type disease. And if we want to protect children from cyber, and if we protect the children from cyberbullying by check their social accounts monthly, and ensure that they don't share identifying information, and also by educating them about the password security. Thank you.
So can I
Anybody
tell?
else? Vaibhav, you want to say something?
Ma'am, I want to say just a thing that when somebody, ma'am, everyone was saying, ma'am, their video was off.
When all of them were speaking, people are facing the net issues. I think all of you are facing. See, Afroz ma'am has also gone. Maybe
Can
because
I
of
speak,
pandemic.
Bhavya?
Yes,
Ma'am, I
Bhavya.
Uh,
Yes, Bhavya.
Namaskar, ma'am, and my dear friends. I am Afroz. Today I want to speak on this topic. Ma'am, I discussed this topic to my mother, and my mother said me that if you have to, you need a safe. You need to make you feel safer. You have to don't stay with bad peoples. My mother will be telling me about good and bad touches, and they telling me about that not living, don't have bad habits like doing something wrong, and staying with good peoples, having a nice environment, and having self defense. And if somebody is touching you in a good in a bad way, so we will be able to protect with that person. So it's if we will be having bully in the school, so we should not start fighting with them. We should ask the mom for that. So my mother's and my opinion is that if we need a say if we have to feel safer and feel safer to our children, so we should tell them about good touch and bad touch. Do not stay with bad people, do not do bad habits, and they should know about self-defense. Thank you.
Very well spoken, Bhavya. So we should teach the kids about self-defense techniques. We should teach them some self-defense techniques about good touch and bad touch. Okay, Nandini is there. So Nandini, if you are there,
Point out a mistake.
yes, Nandini.
Ma'am, I want to add one
Yes,
point
ma'am.
that I spoke.
Yes.
Ma'am, can
And
Ma'am,
ma'am, we
can
should
you
not
point out a
commit
mistake?
anybody's.
Pardon?
Ma'am, I want to add something that we should not come in. Anybody said that someone said that jump from here, you will be having a joy. Jump, do this work, you will be having a joy. We should not do anything without having a guidance from our parents and our elders. So I want to add this thing also in my.
Ma'am, can I point out a mistake?
Don't do things stupidest way, in very stupid way without thinking. And yes, Nandini, I would like you to speak now.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am, I already.
Has spoken.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
First thing is that the parents nowadays, parents both, mother and father are working, so they have to leave their child alone at home with their maids and other people. So first, fully investigate about the person, the maid or any servant. They
Hello?
are having. Yes.
Ma'am, can I point out a mistake of Bhavya Bhai?
I couldn't hear him properly, so I wouldn't be able.
Ma'am, I have to.
Okay.
Ma'am, that Bhavya Bhai said that we have to keep our child safe. Ma'am, the topic was of kids.
Child is also there. There could be single child
Child
at
and
home.
kid is same. Child and kid is same. There is no difference in that. Yeah.
So something that I want to mention is that when in this era, then when parents both are working, so and they have to leave their child alone at home, and they have to have a maid or a servant behind them to look after the kid. First, fully, completely investigate about the person whom they are occupying to stay at home. If
Yes,
they can't afford CCTV camera, they should, even because in earlier times, kids were looked after by the elderly people like granny, grandfather, grandmother. And in this way, joint families were quite helpful to them. So again, we have to take help of some elderly people whom we have trust in. So we can keep our kids or children in their guidance, in their vigilance. Okay, first thing is there. And second thing that we should teach our kids about good touch and bad touch, what is good and what is bad. Third, we should train them with some numbers that are very important, like police inquiry or other urgent emergency numbers, so they can contact them at the need of an hour. At the time of urgency, they can easily contact with them people. Okay. And we should train them to act smartly when they feel some kind of danger or insecure atmosphere. They should act smartly. Okay, if we act smartly, we can get out of the danger immediately. We should train them and teach them some self-defense techniques as judo or karate. Okay, and in case if something bad happens, because we have seen too many cases where the child was molested by his own blood relations, in that case, parents should come forward and ask the child to raise his voice, because at the time when they are molested or harassed by some closer one, they are terrified, they are being forced to keep quiet. If you will do this and do that, you will report it to someone elderly in house, we will just destroy your life. In that case, we should provide them safety and faith that if something wrong happens with them, they are not responsible for such kind of act. Okay, they should raise their hands immediately so that we can catch them, or we can catch them with evidence. Okay, and more we should provide them safe environment. Parents should devote quality time. They should spend quality time with their kids, so they don't need to go outside for emotional support, because sometimes kids are being victims of such kind of activities because of their emotional hollowness. Parents provide them all the material riches, but they fail to spend quality time with them. They are always busy in their own work, and the child, they provide them all the material things, but they lack time. So emotional security is also very important for kids to create a safer environment around them. Okay. Now, Rita madam. Yes.
Ma'am, I want to say something.
Yes.
Ma'am, I guess in some family, the children's use they don't feel comfortable to share things with their parents. They usually share things with the most the thing with their friends, and sometimes the friends used to cheat the friend and used to say the privacy to other one, and then they start bullying them, and they used to say that if tum ye nahi karoge, then I will tell this to everyone in our class and school, and so you have to do this, you have to do that.
Yes, correctly. That's why I mentioned that parents should spend quality time. And if something wrong happens, they should be able to listen to their kids' voice, because many times they just ignore what the child is trying to speak or speak to them. They just ignore that thing, and after so many period, when their cases become quite horrible and it becomes fatal to them, their kid, then they realize that things were so serious. But that time things went wrong, already had gone wrong. So they are helpless to correct those things. Yes, Rita madam.
Afroz, you rightly said that native years of children are very, very important. During those years, children, if we don't spend quality time with them and they are bullied or something they have happened with them because of the servant or some, later in life they have very bad repercussions. And because during childhood or teenage, maybe they'll forget, but I have seen that small incidents, they have been teased by somebody, or bullied by somebody, or misbehaved by someone. So the later on in life, they become insecure on just a prick of a problem, and they go. Even my daughter has faced this. So I can, and she's 32 now, but 33 now. But then also she relates to some incident of her age when she was just 8-9 year old, and I didn't know even. Now she tells me that has happened.
That is why we should share.
Share and spend quality time, and moreover, vigilance is very important. What you're told, like elderly people should be put under elderly care. At least somebody is there at home. You don't know what is, and especially with girls.
Because
If,
they,
if a girl child.
in their, even every kid in their unconscious mind, these things have imprints permanently.
Yeah, that is Freud had said. This thing, because imprints of these will last very long unless and until you have to take counseling or some psychiatric care. Unless you take that, it won't go from your system. These
Yes, sir.
imprints. Yeah.
First, though, I think we should return back to joint family system again, because in their time, in those days, there were less number of crimes. There were crimes, but this kind of crimes were no more there. And nowadays, education, because we are seeing in this educated society, even the small kids are being sacrificed in the name of God or some superstitions. So because we are hearing a lot of cases we are hearing about nowadays. So we should train our kids to act smartly. If they feel any kind of danger, they should act smartly. Because
And Afroz, one point. This is regarding misbehavior which are kids, but these competitive feelings, what we inculcate in our kids, that since the age of LKG, first or second, or we just ask us, every parent wants their child to stand first or second, or get A plus or something. So these feelings really, because every child has their own talent and God gifted talent, and we, because of these things, what we put them in from childhood now, these hamper their personality development.
Every child is a masterpiece of God.
Yeah, and let them blossom in their own way. We force them what they want to become and what will they do in life. We impose our thing. That is also since childhood only we start doing like this. Our unfulfilled dreams we force on our children. That is very wrong.
Yes, and this kind of things suppress them, stress out.
Yeah. And major problem these days is stress only. Children, you ask anybody, tension, stress, anxiety, everybody's facing. World is so harsh and so competitive world. People are even my daughter these days, she's also complaining about depression. She's 32. Not even a kid she has. She's visiting a counselor every day because she's undergoing some anxiety. So, and moreover, Afroz ma'am, what regarding my daughter, I can say that we should make our children bold also. Like, what if we fear somebody? Like, I am quite emotional, so this thing has been transferred to my daughter also. Like, I cannot face death and all those things now. So I used to get depressed and low. So now she's also having the same problem. She lost her friend recently, and her pet, and now she's undergoing such high anxiety that she has to visit so many doctors, 8-9 doctors she has visited because of anxiety. Just imagine.
Rita, this is something very important you are sharing. Let's ask the students whether they have also faced such depression problems and anxiety problems. Khushi, Lovely, you or anyone in your...
No, I never faced such depression or anxiety in my life.
Okay, and among your friends, have you seen?
Yeah, there was one of my friend Devika had, and she is using now. She's having tablets, and she's used to go to the counselor also.
Afrozji, you have witnessed such issues?
Experience because of when my father got passed away, I got through this anxiety, and I was the victim of severe anxiety attack. Panic attacks I had, and I have to hospitalize immediately.
Same Sachi is undergoing.
Hospitalized?
I had, ma'am, that time. Every month I had to go to the hospital, having those sedatives and other things, coming back home. Then I took the counseling, and for 3 years I took medicines regarding anxiety. Ultimately, I realized that I cannot be fully dependent on medicines. I will have to fight it myself. Then I
Yes.
tried, and now the result is before you, because this is
Yes.
something that you have to fight
I
with.
could not guess from, because you look so energetic and
Sir, I have 7 years I have suffered from this kind of anxiety.
this was because of loss of your.
Yes, because it was just a sudden accident. I lost my father within a moment.
Oh.
And it was very shocking for me to come out from that thing. So it took
Rita
much time.
also lost her husband, my brother-in-law. That was very, very disturbing for her, for all of us. But she went through a very bad phase.
Now, Divish, now Sachi is facing similar problem, so this is too much for me. Because she also lost her friend and all.
So since we are talking about solutions from our
Solution.
experiences, one solution that comes to my mind for our young friends is that, beta, you all should be very focused on your aim in life. Hard work is also a therapy. Whenever there is any major mishap, life is not always pleasant. There are some shocks and tragedies all the time. But be very hardworking. This will work like a medicine also. Be very attached to some aim in life. And like Rita has also done, I think Afroz has also done, do some social service and be involved with people through service, not for any gain, not for any selfish competition, but serve people in some way, especially children, and this will bring a lot of happiness and keep you steady. Kushi, you want to say something?
And sir,
Yes, sir. अरे
Vaibhav, wait a minute. हाँ, खुशी बोलो.
Yes, sir. I want to say this. Like now, there's more service of there are more service of van and so metro. But the parents used to send their children by metro or self without. So there's more chances of having such a issue, and the person who is in depression, so he don't go to home, and so the parents may got into trouble to find his or her kid. So I guess the parents should take care and send someone with them, because if there's such a issue, so it may help.
Yeah, but parents cannot be there all the time, and we are talking of solutions. So from you have mentioned this point, we should also be strong. We should be teachers should impart some self-defense training also. In terms of solutions, what would you like to say, Rita, Afrozji?
Devish, you told no, there should be a mentor or some we can share apart from our parents and friends also. Somebody we can look for some whomsoever, some ideal of ours we can follow his teaching. This can also help in this.
Sorry, Vaibhav, you wanted to say something. I'm sorry, you lost you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I was saying that if our topic says that about kids, that is that we have to look also that our children when they said that it is very important lecture in college, so we have to go wise in a hurry. So you can give. So can you give us this amount of money and this amount of money? And then we have to look also that they are doing they are doing great work of the money that they have to do or wrong work. So we have to look also at them.
Very good. Today only I went to purchase the Fire Stick, and I found these watches have come which keep a track and keep signaling between them, so families can keep in touch and keep a track. So these gadgets have come now. But more than that, there are some you should also be capable of self-defense. and confident action. I am not good at that because I was very bookish, but I will just pray that you don't fall into that trap, and try to be confident about self-defense capacity also. Anything else, Afrozji, you would like to suggest?
One more incident that my teacher have told me that he was when he was a teacher in government job, he found that one student's behavior was quite abnormal that day, and he kept the student with him all the day, and he asked him to stay at night with him too, because he has observed that he was quite abnormal. And next day the student told him that he was planning to commit suicide on that day. He was quite abnormal, nervous. So if you observe something abnormal, if you find something upset with a person is upset, try to spend some time with him, so that it is just a momentary period when a person decides to end his life or commit something wrong. If you guide the person, if you keep him accompanying him, you can avoid this kind of incidents, because this decision is the moment.
Both teachers and other elders at home have to be very watchful, because depression can be suicidal. Afrozji has mentioned a very good point. Whenever you see symptoms of depression, try to give emotional support, and sometimes it is just for a moment that such a crisis comes, and if that moment passes, then a person can live well. But in that moment, they need emotional support. So we shall always be watchful.
There is one thing from you told that defense and all, no? These and moral values and meditation
That is
yoga.
even more important. Yes.
Meditation yoga, since they're
so Rita has mentioned 3 things. You should have a good mentor apart from your parents. There are certain things which you are not able to share with your parents. So you should have a good mentor. Mentor is an elder person who is also like a friend. Second, Rita has suggested you should have a guru. Third, you should practice some meditation. That keeps mental happiness. And I would also add one more thing, but before I add, I can see 2 hands. Lovely, you want to say something?
No, sir.
I want
you
to
want
say something. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, I want to say that about the suicide. When the person who have to suicide, so he or she must think about his family, because the mother used to give birth very painfully to his or her son. So, and the giving birth or dying.
Son or daughter, child. Yes.
Yes. So it's not take even a second to die, but it took a minute to give birth to a child. So I guess the person
Not
who
a
have
minute.
to die,
It takes 9 months.
yeah,
Not a
sorry,
minute.
9 months. Yeah. So by mistake I said a minute. Yeah, my friend
And
messaged
not
me a
only
minute,
that,
so I
Sushi,
just did that.
you must be aware that women often suffer from arthritis, bone problem, etc. This is because they give birth. The child, baby, the infant takes a lot from the body of the mother. And if they don't have proper nourishment, etc., they develop some lifelong ailments. Ailments, you understand? तकलीफ देने वाली बीमारी को बोलते हैं ailment, AILMENT. So mother gives a lot to the child, and we should always think of our parents. We shall never think of a suicide. In fact, we have no right. God has given us life. Only He can take away. And I can understand suicide or what is
I
called.
have a beautiful example for this.
Wait, Khushi.
Yeah. Sorry, my mic was on. So
you must have heard of the word euthanasia. Who knows the meaning of euthanasia? EUTHNASIA. Euthanasia is mercy killing. when someone asks for death in order to get rid of a very painful situation. That is allowed in some countries for medical grounds. Okay? Have you understood what is euthanasia?
Yes,
Islam does not
if a
allow this.
person needs a
I
death.
think Afroz, she would be knowing Islam does not allow suicide at all.
Sir,
But
because we should
in
not
Western countries, yes, Afroz ji?
we should not give up till our last breath because miracles can happen.
Yeah, but I can understand that sometimes a person is in a very, very painful situation, then mercy killing may be allowed. But otherwise, we shall fight till our very last capacity and try to not give up on life. As Afroz ji is saying, miracles also happen. So, one thing is that in our topic, we must remember we are talking not just about sexual harassment or exploitation, but also bullying, also psychological harassment, depression problem. We have to think of safety in this broader sense. Okay?
Yes,
and we have talked about solutions also in that respect. And one solution which I would like to add is Kushi, Lovely, Vaibhav, Bhavya, you should all have a good hobby also. Some activity which gives you a lot of joy and happiness. It can be social service, it can be music, sports, anything which gives you a lot of joy, which makes your life really lovely. It can be socializing also. Whatever you enjoy a lot, have at least 1 hour for that in your daily life. I, for example, used to enjoy music a lot. And even the worst day, I won't get depressed because just even sad songs would would uplift my soul. They are called soul churning. आत्मा को झकझोरने वाले, उसको क्या इंग्लिश में बोलते हैं? सोल चर्निंग. आत्मा में जो मंथन पैदा कर देते हैं. तो ऐसा म्यूजिक किसी को अच्छा लग सकता है. Even you can like good movies, no harm. Whatever activity fills you with joy and energy also. You feel more energetic after that for fighting in life. Now, Kushi, you wanted to say something?
Yes, sir. I wanted to tell the example for suicide. One such as Amitabh Bachchan, he was having such crores loan on bank loan and himself, but he didn't bankrupt one. But he didn't even suicide. He didn't even think about suicide. He think that his father is such a great person and he died. So what about his father's name which he had made in the society of our India? So he didn't even think of suiciding. He does think that I must do a hard work and come out from this difficult thing. As there is a chapter failure, there's a kahavat failure such as failure क्या है नहीं success क्या है सक्सेस क्या है फेलियर के बाद का चैप्टर. सो ही जस्ट थिंक अबाउट दिस एंड ही मूव फॉरवर्ड. नाउ वी ऑल नो दैट द अमिताभ बच्चन इज सच अ ग्रेट एक्टर.
Yes, very good example.
Ma'am, it was not dialogue of Amitabh Bachchan. It was the dialogue of the Harshad Mehta.
Okay. Whoever experience it was, it shows that we shall stay strong, and times sometimes change also. And even if they don't change, God has given us this life. We should use it for serving society. देखो तुम कितने ही, suppose you fail, suppose you don't become an IAS, suppose your love betrays you, suppose you lose somebody very close to you, whatever happens, but you are capable of spending 1 hour with an old person who is thirsting for company. किसी का भी कोई कितना ही नालायक क्यों ना हो, वो 1-2 घंटे किसी को, बीमार को, बूढ़े को, अकेले कोई पर्सन को जरा से अपने वर्ड से ही खुशी तो दे सकता है ना. ये तो सब लोग कर सकते हैं. तो हमें कभी भी ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए वी आर द बेस्ट इन द क्रिएशन ऑफ गॉड. So we have to preserve our life and use it for service. और एक जो प्रॉब्लम होती है यंग लोगों में कई बार कि बिलवेड ने बिट्रे कर दिया या हमारे को लव का रिस्पांस नहीं मिला, तो इसके लिए तो कभी भी, ये तो बिल्कुल स्टूपिड रीजन है डिप्रेस होने का. There is no reason to get depressed on such a silly thing. You will find friends. You have to improve yourself. You will always find new friends. और friends ना भी हो, God तो है ना तुम्हारे साथ. So always remember that.
Here I will add one more line, sir. First, start loving yourself.
Yes.
Start loving yourself. You are the best creation of God.
Yes.
In yourself, you are the masterpiece.
And love doesn't mean that you become egoistic. Don't become egoistic, but always appreciate
by God. Something
Yeah.
divine, because there is something divine within you.
And when you have some good aim in life, your life is worthy. Whether success comes or not is not in our hands. Leave that to God.
Yes, sir. So one incident that I remember here, Newton failed to invent electric bulb 100 times. In 100 times he failed to invent electric bulb. And then once he was asked about those 100 efforts, he said those 100 efforts taught me the ways when I cannot invent the electric bulb. इन्होंने मुझे सिखाया कि इन तरीकों से आप इलेक्ट्रिक बल्ब नहीं से बना सकते.
I think that was Edison, not Newton. Edison.
Yeah, Edison.
Edison.
Yeah.
ये पॉजिटिविटी है लाइफ में कि अगर आप जॉली मैनर उन्होंने कहा था.
Persistence helps. Yes.
मैंने ये सीखा कि तरीकों से बल्ब नहीं बनाया जा सकता.
हाँ, कभी भी निराश नहीं होना चाहिए.
Same incident goes with me.
अफरोज जी का
should I
मतलब है
tell?
असफलता से भी हमें बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है.
There's a same incident, so should I share?
Yeah.
Sir, as the one day there was a creator, Thomas Edison. He made the electricity. Yeah. So he just asked for help, so someone to just give such a battery or so, but the person refused. And then when he made the electricity, then he just asked for when he just made the electricity, he then he used to just glow the bulb, and he asked his peon to just glow the bulb. The peon said okay, I will, but the confidence, there was 3 bulbs there, but the confidence of the peon was lower, and by mistake the bulb just grabbed from his house and broken into the 100 pieces on the ground. And the Edison looked at him and he was like, अब मैं जॉब से निकला, अब थॉमस मुझे निकाल देगा जॉब से. And he was like so scared. And then after and all, next day the Thomas asked his peon to come again, and he asked to glow this bulb and tell how it used to look. And again he was like, if this time मेरे से गिरा, so इस time मेरी नौकरी पक्का गई. I don't have many jobs and my age is also gonna just around 50, so I should be more confident. And he just make his more confidence, and he just put the bulb in the electricity and the bulb grow, and he shares his experience. And then a person came to the Thomas Edison and said, sir, didn't you remove this peon from a job? Then the Thomas Edison said that I don't want to, I can make this bulb again because I have the formula, but I can't make the self-confidence that has lowered that peon
that the pune does not have. So I just want to make the self confidence for the glowing bulb, not I can make this bulb again.
Okay, very good. Kushi, nice example. But you must remember, it is not Thomas, but Thomas. Thomas is pronounced as Thomas. Thomas Edison.
Thomas.
And you again use the before Edison. Proper noun is never preceded by the. Preceded, you understand? जो पहले
Yes,
आता है.
sir.
उसको
Starting.
No, preceded means something that comes before. So the never precedes a proper noun. Proper noun मतलब Edison is a proper noun.
Yes.
Okay, friends.
And I want to share a story also about Edison. So
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, can I speak a thought every day?
Yes. Most
Sir,
welcome.
sir, can I speak today's thought?
Today's thought. Okay. What do you mean?
Today's thought is that don't try to rush things that need time to grow.
Good, very good. This is a thought
Yes.
for the day. You can say that. A thought for the day.
Yes, sir.
A
we
thought
should say a thought of the day. Thought of the day.
Thought.
What can Weber repeat? Don't try to rush. What did you say, Weber?
Things
Don't
that need time.
to grow.
Yes. Trying to grow.
Yes. Lovely, Weber. You are most welcome to come up with any beautiful saying in English. Oh, okay, friends. So I think we shall close
Thank you,
for the
sir.
day. Yeah. Thank you, Afroz ji. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very useful discussion. And we'll meet tomorrow now. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.